Oh yeah, AIM trying to stop it. Oh, even committing the flicker. I'm not sure about committing the flicker here. I think he was confident he hit the purple buff, but Bad Boy is getting a lot of good damage here onto, but ew! Oh boy, flickering early did cost him his life. Bad Boy finds that first blood as Stormy unable to peel him off. Valens trying to get as much damage in time, but it looks like Sino, almost trapping him in. That would have been a second kill had he done so.
Oh, but it forced out the sprint from Valens as well, so that's already 2 battle spells baited out from Orange Esports. And I actually don't think the flicker from AIM was a bad idea. He was hooking the Julian and trying to get away from Bad Boy at the same time. If he didn't flicker, then Bad Boy would have gotten the kill without needing to expend his own. So all things considered, it was an even trade there.
Well, Barash trying to hold his own, but Neo taking some amazing trades against him. Subway forced out of CARACAL's jungle. It looks like Team CARACAL really have a solid rotation plan here to ensure that they don't get invaded.
The early game is going to be very strong for Team CARACAL since they have the Grok-Selena combo, and even if Orange have the Franco and Balman, it's just not going to compare in terms of map vision and damage overall. If we look at the emblems here as well, we can see things are pretty ordinary. I don't think anyone's going for anything too strange. Rash as well going for that Festival of Blood instead of something from the Assassin emblem. So it looks like it is more of a tanky Benedetta once again.
I am slightly interested to... Wait, hold on. Sino, he's taking a bit of damage, but coming back to the topic at hand here, right? In terms of the sub-emblems, I'm curious to know why Stormy likes to take 1 point into getting magic percentile on instead of just maxing out his movement speed. But before we talk any further, Rash now taking some damage for some way is very close to actually taking him out. They lose the turtle, but don't get the kill back, don't get a single trade, and OE having split decisions and split directions.
That was well played by Team CARACAL. Sino especially timing his wall charge at the perfect time when he knew Ken was close to retribution range to make sure that Subway wouldn't be able to jump in and get the steal, securing the first turtle for Team CARACAL. However, when we look at the net worth, it is actually still pretty even. Losing out on that turtle is not going to affect Orange too much for now.
Zed already purchasing the Blade of Heptases. He's going to have more than enough damage if he walks out of a brush. AIM, however, looking for Oh! What is that hitbox? Enhanced Chain's already getting the knock up onto Valens. AIM forced to flicker away as a wild charge connects, and they find it perfectly for Beatrix to get another kill. Subway, unfortunately, falls victim to it as Team CARACAL looking mighty fine here. Zed has to flicker away from Stormy.
That just happened so quickly. 3 free kills going over to Team CARACAL. We mentioned that the net worth was pretty even. All of a sudden, CARACAL have a 1.5k gold lead. And all of that started because AIM somehow missed the hook. It just brushed past Bad Boy. And honestly, if that were me, I would definitely be complaining as well. What is that hitbox?
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like he had it spot on. Neo trying to keep controlling his lane. Finally, they find the suppression, the bloody hunt onto Sino to ensure that kill. They take 1 back for the side of Orange Esports onto Sino. 23 more seconds until the turtle comes up, but Valens taking way too much damage. Zed controls his lane too well. AIM as well as Subway get right on top of Zed. Iron Hook connects, and AIM might give the trade back. Subway needs to finish this off. Somebody help him. Bad Boy flickers on top of Valens, unable to secure that kill. This means another falls into the hands of Orange Esports.
An instant rebuttal from Orange. You take out 3 of our members, we take out 2 of yours, and now Ken trying to engage onto Subway, but he's backed up by Stormy, so he can't go in. Lethal counter drops him real low. Wild charge finds him, so into the enhanced chain, but Stormy picks up Ken, not going to be able to get that kill.
Great setup coming in from Stormy. It was too late to react. He dropped the Shadow Ball first, but he also dropped one just behind the pit, so when he activated with the wave, it procced perfectly, giving no time for Ken to really respond or to know in which order it was going to detonate in his face.
I do always feel like Lilia's abilities are a little bit difficult to keep track of, especially in the chaos of a battle, and good Lilia players can take advantage of that to make sure that enemies are caught off guard. Stormy definitely doing a good job there, as now Sino is providing vision over the turtle. Ken coming in as well. They're not aware. AIM is there. The hook lands unfortunately on the turtle.
Yep, Neo, he's jumping right in with the Falling Star Moon. Electro final blow on top. They stop them from going further. Beatrix already finding the turtle. Rash tries to get out. He ends up dying. Sino and Rash pay the price, but they find 1 kill back. Neo on the run. Oh, boy. Bad boy. Can he actually finish off Stormy here with a full combination? If he hits it, almost hits the arrow, but doesn't connect. Neo chases him down. Falling Star Moon not going to find its target either.
And it's going to be a 1-for-2 trade in favor of Orange Esports there, but Team CARACAL did secure the turtle thanks to Zed, and he was able to pick up a kill as well. So even though they lost more players, they ended up coming on top in terms of net worth there, especially with the gold funnel over to the Beatrix. Orange right now has the net worth lead, but they have to be a little bit careful. Zed is not having a bad time at all.
Nope, he is, he's farming up, and he's farming up really fast in comparison to Valens, who is a level down. They do a bit of a lane swap to ensure, because Neo is having an okay time, but he can defend himself a little bit better in comparison to Valens. He's on the bottom side. CARACAL look to cut this wave and try to break top tier 1.
An interesting attempt here from Team CARACAL. They want to go for this top lane Rash, taking a lot of damage. Subway tries to go in for the lethal counter, but isn't able to finish. Stormy tanks the Abyssal Arrow, forcing out the Black Shoes. Now Neo wants to go for Bad Boy, but the flicker from the Selena keeps him alive alongside Wild Charge from Sino. So Orange settles for their purple buff instead.
This is a pretty good trade. They were able to get the mid-tier 1. They were also able to take away the purple buff from Ken. And even though they did sacrifice top tier 1, I think the trade-off is just so much more valuable. Oh, don't tell me they're also going to get bot tier 1 too.
Oh, it looks like they were able to defend that just in time, but it is living on a prayer right now as AIM lands the Iron Hook onto Sino into the Bloody Hunt, forcing him to flicker over the wall to escape from Orange. That's an important battle spell gone from the enemy roamer.
Extremely, but now they're taking advantage of the turtle timing. Zed having to stick on the top side away from the turtle allows Orange Esports to have their full strength here and secure this neutral objective.
And now Neo gonna be continuing to push the bottom lane, setting up space for his team to take the turtle. Looks like Rash isn't going to make an attempt onto this, but he's gonna get caught out by the falling Star Moon, forcing him to back off, meaning this should be a free tower to Orange down here.
Yep, the OE is responding, going up towards that top side, making sure that they're wasting no time because they know that bottom tier 1 was living on a prayer. Now AIM, he sees everything, sidesteps the Abyssal Arrow as Valens. Ooh, actually Valens is going to take that orange buff from the Balmon. They know that Balmon is just slightly ahead of Ken by 1 level as Stormy walks up forward. He still has the Black Shoes. He can get it all his damage down and still walk away.
Stormy is playing really aggressive these days. You can tell that he's quite comfortable here in Orange. Subway gonna get separated from his team, but he is absolutely fine. They want to take this buff away. Ken getting choked out from his own jungle right now.
Oh, Subway, a team player, just giving these buffs over to his teammates. He has his own jungle to farm, but he just wants to stick with just the neutral camps, the non-buff camps, in a matter of fact. As now they attack topside, they want that tier 1 too.
Indeed. We can see that Rash is going to be playing split push right now. Oh, but the Iron Hook gonna land on Bad Boy. Wild Charge finds 2, but it's not enough to keep him alive. Orange Esports instantly finds 1. Sino gonna take a lot of damage himself. Do Orange want to still invest into this? They're doing a lot of damage. Subway now in the backline taking a lot of damage from Wesker as well, but here comes the Esmeralda. Zed gonna get taken out by the Franco, flickering forward, but not before he shuts down Subway. Neo still 1v2. Rash in the backline getting chased down by Valens as well. Not gonna survive for too long, and that's gonna be a 1-for-2.
That was played very nicely by Valens here. They were able to get 2 for 1, and that's already some mad value. As we look at the items, we can see that Stormy, he's very confident because he's got the Ice Queen's wand already. He didn't go for Genius Wand. He didn't want to greed out for damage, but they will be losing a bottom tier 1 turret in the process.
But trading a bottom tier 1 for a top tier 2 is going to be worth it, especially if you get more kills on top of that as well. We can see now Orange Esports in position to take the Lord. I don't think they'll go for it. They do find the Abyssal Arrow onto AIM and even invest a Wall Charge. That seems a bit wasted.
I think that Team CARACAL wanted to go in on it, but then they realized that the retaliation from Orange Esports was probably going to be worse, and they can't afford to take those sacrifices now that they're behind.
Well, because of that, Stormy should be able to pick up another purple buff, and he does. Ken, once again, losing out on an important buff on his jungle. It does look like Subway is working on the Lord as well. Valens actually taking the other purple buff. So yeah, Subway continuing to give buffs away to his teammates instead.
Yep, Subway just making sure hovering over the Lord as much as he can as Sino walks right into the face of danger. Rash in the middle of it all. Electro final blow already out, and Neo jumps into the back line. However, Beatrix is able to find the kill out to Franco. However, the retaliation is just too strong as Valens cuts through all the tank damage. Ken stuck in place. A triple for Valens.
Beautiful play from Orange Esports and Team CARACAL. That was definitely a bit desperate there to try and engage on that. While Rash did a good job of splitting up the fight with the Electro final blow, they just all funneled into Orange Esports and allowed them to focus all their damage in one direction, meaning that the Lord now falls into their favor. They're gonna be taking down all of Team CARACAL's external towers.
Yeah, this is great for them. Orange Esports really speeding up this game here. With the help of these minions, CARACAL forced to stay back into base so far. With the 4K gold lead turning into 5, the Lord spawns, and now here we come with the Lord empowered minions.
This is, of course, the first Lord of the game, though it's going to be up to Orange Esports to determine exactly how much damage they can deal with this, as AIM gets caught by the Abyssal Arrow again. Another wall charge into the enhanced chain, and they will take him out, but that's a lot of cooldowns invested. Subway jumping in, lethal counter, only finding Xeno. Not enough damage to finish him off means Team CARACAL will get off with that scot-free.
They have to play with Stormy because Stormy is so strong right now, and unfortunately for Subway, he's been giving over his buffs to the rest of his team, so he could be at level 15 had he just taken everything. With that being said, no inhibitor turrets will fall into their hands, and Team CARACAL put a successful defense.
A good catch from them. Making sure that AIM would not be able to participate in that push means that they don't have to worry too much about their positioning, and so the first Lord of the game falls without doing much damage to the inhibitors at all. That's basically the best result Team CARACAL could have hoped for.
Yep. Now, with 96 more seconds on the clock, Stormy will be taking the purple buff once again, and the orange buff will go on Subway. They are going to be fighting for control over the enemy buff, though. Team CARACAL, they have to decide where they want to be at.
See that from damage dealt, it is mostly on Neo and Subway, but speaking of Subway, gets caught out 1v3, instantly executed, but the Falling Star Moon finds Zed, monster kill, going over to Valens. Rash now getting caught out, but not before he shuts down Valens himself. In exchange for Xeno, Stormy looking for a double kill, going to the Lilia. That is a 2-for-3 trade in favor of Orange.
Well, this 3-for-2 trade in favor of Orange is looking mighty fine, but if they can't crack open an inhibitor, what is the point? First of all, Stormy is going to get into the middle of the fray, using the black shoes to get an extra charges to secure the kill onto Selena with the help of Neo. They're looking to break that inhibitor. Stormy trades aggro as Neo needs to help him out. The inhibitor is down, and now they can just back off.
Orange Esports just using their bodies to force down the middle inhibitor. No Lord needed, and that is again a testament to Stormy's ability to know exactly how strong he is, picking up a kill, using the black shoes, and even tanking the tower as long as possible to try and allow Neo to pressure Team CARACAL. So far, Lilia 4-0-10.
Yeah, Lilia's looking good. Stormy consistent as ever. And with 9 more seconds here, Team CARACAL need to be able to do their housekeeping and then join for this upcoming Lord fight. It's going to be Luminous real soon, so I think Orange Esports just going to wait it out.
If Orange can secure this Luminous Lord, they might be able to end the game with it straight away, considering they are at a 4.6k net worth lead. Team CARACAL need to be able to win a big fight to even this back up, as the AI shows Orange in a very commanding lead.
78%. That's pretty high here. Team CARACAL has a lot of legwork to get through. If they can get to the 42k mark, that would be ideal. The next item, Power Spike, will put them on par with Orange Esports despite the 4k lead. But here comes the Conceal. They walk over the Abyssal Trap. They have the flank. And unfortunately for Neo, he goes down to Beatrix first, but the back line getting attacked as Stormy is going to use that black shoes. The front line, however, getting melted away. Valens still alive. AIM continuing to peel, but now it's up to Subway and as well as Stormy to finish off this fight. Xeno flickers off, and Stormy still healthy, still alive, and preventing Team CARACAL from going any deeper.
That was a 1-for-1 trade, but Orange lose Neo in exchange for Zed, and that is going to be very worth it when they now want to go for the Lord. That was also the first time Neo actually died this game. So even though Esmeralda at this stage of the game would usually be unkillable, walking into all 5 members is definitely quite rough for it.
1-for-2 trade, actually, in a matter of fact. That's why Team CARACAL had to back off. They didn't have that manpower that we were talking about. And honestly, the way that they took that fight was interesting, because Orange Esports looked to go for that big flank, and immediately Team CARACAL was like, okay, split the fight into 2.
Interesting. I actually didn't catch that out. So right now the game is pretty chaotic, but with the Lord pushing in the mid lane, trying to use the wall, even the Bandit's Rage to delay and do as much damage as possible. Orange, they hopefully want to use this to end the game.
Yep, they're looking to close things out here, but first they zone off the rest of Orange Esports as they chunk down the Lord super quickly. But now Orange Esports turns their sights on the inhibitors. The wave clear is strong from Team CARACAL, as OE unfortunately can't do much about the situation. They're going to try and siege it down a little bit more. One more auto attack would be ideal. Balance will get that in. They break an inhibitor on top side. Bottom side is already gone. And Team CARACAL hopefully will hold on a little bit longer as the second wave comes in. Orange Esports, the enhanced chains hits. Orange Esports looking to finish this off Xeno. Unfortunately, Wild Charge being used. Immortality is popped. And you already see Rat trying to jump into the back line. Neo is the first to fall. And it looks like this defense is successful.
Oh, AIM actually still gets a hold on the Zed of all people. The kill goes over to Orange. And I think AIM is happy sacrificing his life for that. He'll still buy as much time as he can. Not to mention Stormy trying to kill Bad Boy, extending quite far there. AIM finally gets taken out, but Stormy is actually still feeling quite safe to remain. He still has immortality, but he no longer has black shoes, and he is juking them out, forcing the wall charge from Xeno. He's now 1v3. I don't think he's getting out of that.
No, he's not. He got overly confident there. He could have easily just walked away from that fight. AIM had to give up his life, and that's understandable, but Stormy, his movement was looking real good there until he got overwhelmed.
It was a very good defense by Team CARACAL, so Orange thought that they could brute force all the way in, and they were successful in taking 2 inhibitors. But they have to remember they are in Team CARACAL's base. Very easy for these players to just back off, top it back up, and rejoin the fight again.
Yep, now the gold lead doesn't matter. Orange Esports have missed their window of opportunity, and based off of the Lord push advantage, they lost EXP. In terms of gold, not that much, and at this point it doesn't really matter, but with no inhibitors, hopefully Orange Esports makes the correct macro decision making.
Well, 20 seconds until the next Lord is up, and this one could be the final evolution as well, as we are nearing the 18-minute mark. So if Orange pick this up, they can basically guarantee ending the game. Team CARACAL definitely got to make sure to secure it if they want to keep themselves in this series.
Stormy being very careful, making sure he's checking the brushes and doesn't want to get caught out by these random ambushes that CARACAL have been setting up for them. Speaking of which, Orange Esports not even going to bother to chase Rash as they need to rotate down for this upcoming Lord fight.
Right now, Team CARACAL are actually in very good position over the Lord pit. And as long as they can continue to delay Orange, they will be in a better position since Rash is split pushing on the opposite side of the map. But because of that, Neo is charging in, gets caught in the wall charge, and massive damage pops his immortality straight away right into the Nibiru's passion, meaning that Neo is out, and Subway can't quite finish the kill onto Zed, who flickers forward to find Stormy. He's now in shotgun mode. He'll get taken out by Valence, but Rash is here to clean things up. Double kill for Valence, but a shutdown onto Rash, meaning that only AIM survives from Orange.
What a play coming out from Zed, single-handedly getting the most important kills of this game to bring back Team CARACAL into it. And now I wonder what that AI is going to be predicting real soon here as Team CARACAL bounce back from devastation.
I mentioned how important it was for CARACAL to claim this Lord for themselves, but we never would have expected them to take such a handy victory instantly. All the gold lead Orange Esports had transfers over to CARACAL, and while their base is empty, they are looking to do a lot of structural damage with this Lord.
Yep, let's see how much they can get off of this. Orange Esports has to be extremely careful because Zed is willing to make these big plays on these squishy targets. They gotta make sure it's a traditional front to front.
what I'm most surprised about is how quickly Neo died as well. He jumps in expecting to be able to buy time and vision for Orange Esports, but instantly melts to the damage from CARACAL. If he was able to survive that, it would have been much better for them.
Well, speaking of which, he ends up dying again to Rash. To Rash? How? The sniper shot didn't even come out from Zed before he even get popped. What? We have to look at the item list. Something doesn't seem right.
I'm pretty sure most of this damage is actually coming from Bad Boy. You have to remember, this is a mid lane Selena, so there's going to be a lot of damage coming out of him. Magic damage as well, which Esmeralda can be fairly vulnerable to. Now all the external towers fall, and Team CARACAL want to push into the base.
Yep, they're looking to synchronize these waves one by one. This Lord is a toughie. As it breaks open this inhibitor, Subway has to be careful because Zed's damage is very, very deadly and very, very dangerous as they take 2 inhibitors for free. They're looking to end this one. The advanced chase as well. Small charge. Balance, unfortunately, cannot find an angle into the fight. That's going to be Team CARACAL from the brink of losing to turning this around. GG. Well played.
A massive comeback here from Team CARACAL, and beautifully played as well, taking advantage of mistakes from Orange Esports to turn things around and claim a very handy first victory here. We could indeed be looking at an at-home buff.
Oh boy, that's got to be a bit devastating for Orange Esports, but wow, who was expecting that? The turnaround right at